Hello. I'm going to show you how to go in and set up your birthday moon project. We're going to go through, we're going to read the questions, I'm going to show you what you need to do, and then you will get started. So the first question is, what did the moon look like on the day that you were born? You're going to use the information that's provided. And at your tables, you will have these sheets. They are the luminosity charts for each of the months for the different years. So I have 2003, I have 2005, and I've got 2004. So you're going to go in and you're going to find wherever your birthday falls in here. So you're going to find the month and the year on the data tables. So then you're going to look at the amount of luminosity and you're going to determine what phase your moon should be. You're going to draw your moon phase in the circle to the left and make sure that it's a crescent or a gibbous, not an eyeball. Okay? You're going to use your pencil to darken and shade in the unlit portion of the moon. And then you're going to draw how the moon will appear 3 days later. That'll all come down here. And you're going to continue to repeat that process all the way through until you hit 30 days after. You're going to go ahead and put the luminosity, the date, and the moon phase in the spaces provided for each of these. So let me show you how to get started with this. I'm going to look on here, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to choose August 4th as the day for a birthday, and I notice that it's 46.6%. So I'm going to go to my paper, and I'm going to put August 4th, 2003. We said that it was 46.6%. And so now I'm going to determine what moon phase that is. And the way that I do that is I go through and I look at my numbers. And as I'm looking at my numbers, they're increasing and they're getting bigger. So I know if it's increasing, that means that the light is coming onto the moon. Therefore, it must be a waxing. Okay, I'm also going to go in and I'm looking. If I'm waxing and I'm getting close to that 50%, I need to look and see where my first quarter moon would fall. And if I've got 46.6 and my next data point is 58.5, I need to figure out which one of these is closest to 50%. So that happens to be my August 4th at 46. So I'm going to say that August 4th is a first quarter. All right, so that means then that I need to go in and I need to shade in my moon phase. If it's waxing, remember I'm putting the light on the right, so therefore on the left I'm going to go in and I'm going to shade in my moon phase here with the unlit portion. You can do it with your pencil or you can do it with a marker. Just make sure that you don't make too much of a mistake. And then I'm going to go back in and use my highlighter, and I'm going to shade in this. So here is my moon phase for August 4th. Then it tells me down here in my data table I need to start looking at the rest of my information. 3 days after August 4th is going to be August 7th. So I'm looking here and I'm at 80.2%. So I'm going to put 80.2%, and this is August 7th, 2003. And since I just had my first quarter, I know that 80 it's pretty far from 100%, so it's not going to be a full moon. So that means I must be in a waxing gibbous. All right, waxing gibbous. Make sure that you are writing out the words. Do not use abbreviations and do not use WG or WC. If you do WG or WC, I don't know if you're talking waxing or waning, and therefore it will get counted wrong. Then I need to go up here and I've got to figure out, okay, so how am I going to draw this? I know it's more than half, but it's not that close to 100%. So I'm going to go in and probably fill it in about like this. And then I'm going to shade in. And then I'm going to color the lit part of my moon. Okay, so I have this. Then I'm going to continue every 3 days. I'm going to look. So August 7th plus 3 would be August 10th. And then August 10th plus 3 would be August 13th. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to continue for the next 30 days. Once I have this completed, then I'm going to turn my paper over. And on the back, there's some more things that I need to do. Graphing. Now I've got to go in and I have to graph all of this data here. So I'm going to go set up my graph. But before I do that, I want to point out some things. On your graph, you're either going to create a line graph or I will let you do a bar graph. And I'll demonstrate both of those so that you know what I'm talking about. You need to make sure that your graph has a title, a label for your dependent variable, a label for the independent variable, and that you are using a ruler. And then on your graph, I would also like for you to indicate where, if you have them, a new moon, a full moon, a first quarter, and a third quarter would be. So let's go set up our graph. So I'm going to go and I'm going to draw. I'm going to start from the bottom of my paper, and I'm going to move up about 4 lines so that I have room to write. I want to be able to put my information down here at the bottom. So I'm going to stick to a line, use a ruler, draw my line here, and then I'm going to draw my x-axis, make sure it's straight, and I'm going to come across. Okay? This is going to be my percentage of luminosity because the percentage of luminosity is dependent upon the day, which would be my independent variable. So I'm going to write percentage of luminosity. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to start zeros here. I'm going to do 10, skip a line, 20, skip a line, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. I'm only going to go up to 100 because that's as much light as can go on a moon. All right, then down here, I'm going to go in and I'm going to list my days. Well, I started with August 4th, so I'm going to write in here August 4th, then it was August 7, then it would be August 10, and I'm going to continue until I have all of my data points. All right, so I'm going to show you how to set up for a line graph first so that you know. And we said that August 4th had 46.6%. So I'm going to use the line that I wrote on, and I'm going to go up to 40. Here's 40. This would be 45, so 46 is going to be just right about there. Then, August 7th, we said was 80.2. So I'm going to go on my line, and I'm going to go up to 80, and I'm going to put a point. And then I'm going to use my ruler, and I would go in and connect my points. And I'm going to do that for my whole database. If you want to make this into a bar graph, okay, I'm just going to erase this line so that it doesn't confuse us, so we can't have two different types of graphs on the same graph. I'm going to go in, and if I want to do this as a bar graph, I'm going to take the box that I wrote August 4th in, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to shade. You can choose to shade this in with your pencil, you could do a highlighter, you could do a color. You only need one color for this. And because it's at 46, I'm going to draw my line going across, and you're going to shade in neatly I'm doing it a little fast right now so I can finish this video up. And then my August 7th goes to my 80, just right teeny tiny amount above. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to shade in this area as well. So I'm going to continue to get all of this done. Alright, so now that, please make sure yours is a little neater than mine, since I'm doing this very rapid. Okay, so it also told me that on my graph, I needed to have my labels for my dependent and my independent. This one we put. This would be the days of the month. I'm going to put that. And then it also told me that if I have the following, I need to label these. Well, we decided that August 4th was my first quarter. So right above this, I'm going to go in and I'm going to write first quarter. Okay? So I have it like this. Then, once I've got all of this done, I also need a title. What is it? It could be that you're going to put it's Birthday Moon Project. You could put on the day that I was born. Whatever you want to make as your title. All right? Then you're going to go through, once you finish your graph, and you're going to answer these questions. A couple of these are very self-explanatory. Let me go down here. And with this one, let me explain what you're doing. You're going to choose the year and the month that you were born, and you're going to write in the date and write the date or dates for the following phases. So what you're going to do is you're going to just look at August, since that's the day that I was born. So you're going to go in and you're going to look at your month. You're just going to use the whole month now. You're not going to use the data that you did on the front. So I'm going to start looking, and we said that this is my first quarter. So of course then for my first quarter moon, I'm going to go in and I'm going to write August 4th. Okay? And then I'm going to go down and I'm going to look to see, do I have another first quarter? Not that I'm aware of. Maybe the 31st. If I look at 21.8 and I go up here and it's 32.4, well, 25%, nope, 50% is my first quarter. So it's nowhere near, so I don't have another first quarter. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to put whatever dates are occurring for these. Some of them you will have multiple dates. Some of them you may have 1 or 2 dates. Then you're going to finish out your questions. Then you're going to go and find the information to figure out what is the phase for your moon this school year. So if you're born in August, September, October, November, or December, you're going to look for information for 2018. If you are looking for January, February, March, April, or May, you're going to go and look for the year 2019. And you can do that on a computer, on your phone, wherever you need to go and gather that data. When you finish, staple your 2 pieces of paper together, put it in the basket. I will also tell you that if you would like to do your graph on the computer, you can do so in Google Sheets, or you can do it in Excel. Either way, doing it by hand or doing it there, make sure that you have all your information included. If you do it on the computer, you can turn it in Google Classroom or send it to me, and I will look at it that way. All right? Good luck. Enjoy. You've got 2 days in class to work on this. Get done.